Plain t-shirts, jeans, hoodies, crew neck sweaters, button-down shirts. It's Uniqlo. Yet behind this quiet simplicity stands a brand that has quietly dismantled the fast fashion giants, Zara and H&M, chipping away at their dominance with relentless precision. The founder, Tadashi Yanai, once said with a calm smile, "I succeed only once for every 100 failures," and that's precisely how progress happens. He never chased fashion. He built a technology lab disguised as a clothing store. This is the story of how 99 quiet failures forged one of the most unstoppable retail empires on Earth, starting from a tiny shop in a dusty mining town. Chapter 1. The founder who thought like an engineer, not a designer. Imagine stepping back to post-war Japan, a nation rebuilding from the ruins of World War II, where economic miracles were just beginning to unfold amid scarcity and determination. In the remote, coal-dusted mining town of Ube in Yamaguchi Prefecture, a boy named Tadashi Yanai entered the world in 1949, a time when survival often trumped ambition and following established paths was the norm for most. But Yanai would grow to challenge that very norm, rewriting the rules of retail with a quiet, unassuming persistence that belied his revolutionary vision. His childhood was intimately tied to Ogori Shoji, the modest men's clothing store owned by his father. Downstairs, rows of suits, ties, and shirts hung neatly, symbols of post-war formality and aspiration. Upstairs, family life played out in cramped quarters, with the sounds of customers bargaining and cash drawers clinking forming the soundtrack of his youth. For young Tadashi, retail wasn't an abstract career, it was the air he breathed, the fabric he touched daily, and the lessons in human interaction he absorbed from watching his father negotiate lean years with suppliers and loyal patrons. It taught him early that business success hinged not just on products, but on understanding the intricate dance of people, processes, and quiet, unrelenting persistence in the face of adversity. By 1972, at the tender age of 23, Yanai inherited the family business, stepping into leadership just as Japan was surging into its economic boom era. He had recently graduated from Waseda University, majoring in economics and political science, a prestigious institution known for producing thinkers and leaders. The transition to boss wasn't a seamless handover, it was a trial by fire. Within 2 short years, nearly every employee walked out, exasperated by this young leader's insistent push for sweeping changes in operations, inventory management, and customer service. Only one steadfast colleague remained, a partnership that has endured for over 50 years, symbolizing the loyalty Yanai inspires in those who buy into his vision. Left alone in the stores, Yanai rolled up his sleeves and handled every menial task imaginable, unlocking the doors at the crack of dawn under gray skies, meticulously dusting jackets and arranging displays to maximize appeal, greeting customers with the traditional polite bow while gauging their needs, tallying sales by hand under flickering fluorescent lights, and finally securing the shop at night with a sense of quiet reflection. He later described this solitary grind as the best education money could never buy, a raw, unfiltered boot camp that instilled in him the irreplaceable value of hands-on grit, empathy for frontline workers, and a deep aversion to theoretical strategies detached from real-world execution. In those pivotal, formative years, as Japan's fashion landscape polarized between aspirational European luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, or Gucci, coveted for their status symbols among the emerging middle class, and cheap, mass-produced disposable chains catering to budget-conscious consumers, Yanai charted a contrarian course. He embarked on international travels, soaking in retail innovations of Gap's casual American staples in the United States and Benetton's colorful, accessible knitwear in Italy. These experiences ignited a radical epiphany. Why limit clothing to seasonal fads, superficial glamour, or status signaling? Instead, it could be reimagined as engineered solutions to everyday human challenges, providing warmth without cumbersome layers, ensuring dryness amid humid summers, delivering comfort that withstands repeated washes and wears without losing shape. This burgeoning vision came to life in 1984 with the launch of the first dedicated store in Hiroshima, initially branded as Unique Clothing Warehouse, a nod to its focus on unique, value-packed casual wear. A bureaucratic clerical error inadvertently shortened the name to Uniqlo, and Yanai, ever the pragmatist, simply shrugged and retained it, reasoning that time spent rebranding was better invested in perfecting the product lineup. That inaugural outlet became the catalyst for rapid expansion, transforming the 22 stores inherited from his father into a burgeoning chain laser-focused on bulk-sourced, affordable basics like versatile jeans, cozy hoodies, and reliable crewneck sweaters. There were no pretensions to elite status symbols, no slavish adherence to hype-driven fashion cycles, just dependable, functional apparel designed for real people leading real lives. To operationalize this, employees were empowered to conduct small-scale trials, introducing a new polo shirt variant in a single location to gauge demand, reconfiguring store layouts to optimize customer flow and boost impulse buys on items like chinos, or tweaking pricing strategies on button-down shirts to identify sweet spots. Failures weren't concealed or punished, they were methodically dissected in postmortems, with actionable lessons immediately funneled back into subsequent iterations. This approach fostered a culture of continuous improvement that wasn't about flashy breakthroughs, but a patient, iterative loop. Launch with minimal risk, measure outcomes through concrete sales data and customer feedback, adjust based on empirical evidence, and repeat the cycle without attachment to failed hypotheses. In the broader landscape of 1980s Japan, a decade of bubble economy excess where high-end consumers flocked to imported prestige labels for social signaling and value seekers opted for no-frills discount chains, Yanai's methodology stood out as almost heretical. No one else was audaciously positioning a clothing retailer as a technology company that just happens to sell clothes. Yet Yanai did precisely that, substantiating the claim by replacing intuitive guesswork with systematic testing, precise measurement, and ceaseless iteration. It represented a subtle rebellion against entrenched industry norms, one that elevated systems thinking, data integrity, and customer-centric engineering over the spectacle of trends or branding hype. As Uniqlo expanded aggressively through the 1990s, riding Japan's economic waves while navigating the bubble's burst, those early adversities crystallized into ironclad operational rules. The focus remained on relentlessly refining everyday apparel, engineering t-shirts with superior softness and durability to outlast competitors, designing hoodies with enhanced insulation minus unnecessary bulk for all-day comfort, crafting jeans with inclusive fits that catered to a spectrum of body types without compromising quality. This foundational philosophy, hammered out in the gritty dust of Ube's mining streets and tempered through employee walkouts, solitary store management, and bold contrarian bets, became the unseen bedrock of Uniqlo's meteoric rise.
Chapter 2: Why Boring Basics Built a Billion-Dollar Machine. Now let's linger on this intriguing paradox for a moment. How does a brand peddling apparel so ostensibly unremarkable cultivate unwavering loyalty from millions of consumers worldwide and consistently amass billions in annual revenue? Central to Uniqlo's operational prowess is the SPA model, Specialty Store Retailer of Private Label Apparel. This end-to-end vertically integrated framework gives Uniqlo complete control over the entire value chain, from design to point of sale. Unlike rivals reliant on multiple third-party suppliers, Uniqlo internalizes every step. This allows swift product modifications in weeks or even days, drastically reducing overproduction, controlling costs, and maintaining consistent quality. The real innovation, however, lies in materials science. Uniqlo doesn't simply buy fabrics, it partners deeply with industry leaders like Toray Industries. Together, they operate advanced research facilities equipped with electron microscopes and climate simulation chambers. Teams of materials scientists and engineers meticulously optimize fabric properties, such as strength, elasticity, thermal regulation, and moisture management. This collaboration has produced iconic product lines that transform everyday basics into high-performance essentials. Heat Tech, launched in 2003, uses a patented blend of fibers to convert body moisture into heat through microscopic air pockets. Thin enough for easy layering, it quickly became a bestseller, reaching nearly 50 million units sold by 2009 through genuine user satisfaction. Building on this success, Ultralight Down, introduced around 2009, offers premium down insulation in ultralight packable jackets. These versatile pieces provide excellent warmth and wind protection while folding into a small pouch, perfect for travelers and urban commuters. Priced accessibly, they democratized high-performance outerwear and remain perennial bestsellers worldwide. In 2013, Airism arrived to tackle hot and humid conditions. Its ultra-fine microfibers rapidly wick away sweat and promote quick evaporation, keeping wearers cool and dry. These innovations stem from solving real user problems, validated through rigorous lab testing and real-world feedback. Complementing the core lineup is the UT collection, launched in 2003. These limited edition t-shirts and hoodies feature collaborations with global cultural icons, from Studio Ghibli and Disney to Marvel, Andy Warhol, and classic video games. They add fun and collectability while maintaining Uniqlo's signature affordability and quality. The results speak for themselves. Fast Retailing, Uniqlo's parent company, reported approximately 3.4 trillion yen in revenue for fiscal 2025, with 2026 projections reaching 3.7 to 3.8 trillion yen. International markets, especially North America, Europe, and Greater China, continue to drive strong double-digit growth, supported by flagship stores and robust e-commerce. Uniqlo's genius lies in democratizing advanced materials and technologies once reserved for premium brands, making them accessible to everyday consumers. Beneath its deceptively simple designs is deep engineering that delivers genuine comfort and performance, earning lasting customer loyalty through consistent value and innovation. The next time you wear a simple t-shirt that fits perfectly or a hoodie that lasts for years, remember, behind the plain appearance lies deep innovation, smart adaptation, and a founder who views failure as the best teacher. That is how Uniqlo conquered the world.